guys, welcome to the second to last part of building the Spotify app series. In this part, we're going to focus on adding the sign out functionality to our app. So if that sounds good, make sure you start by liking the video down below, helps out tremendously, opening up Xcode, and let's get back into our project. So we had already created, if we look at our simulator here, on the main tab, this little settings gear, and there's a sign out option in here. And I think we called this settings view controller. And basically when we say did select row at index path, at the moment, we're just saying model.handler. So what we want to do in the particular handler for signing out in the sign out tab is we have this auth manager, which we haven't looked at in a while. I think we added a sign out function on here. We just want to call that. And actually, we think we haven't called it. So we want to actually call, or rather create a sign out function on this auth manager. And signing out is actually going to be extremely trivial. So I'm going to open up this function, this manager here. And at the bottom, we're going to add a function. And this is going to simply be sign out, and it's going to give us a completion handler with an escaping. We actually don't even need it to be escaping, with a bool and a void back. And basically what we want to do in here is we want to nil out all of the cached values that we have. So we're going to basically take all of these user default calls that we do in this cache function up above. I'm going to go ahead and paste it in right here. And I'm simply going to call each of these user default cache statements, but we're going to call it with a nil value. So let me go ahead and fix that. Let's fix that as well. Let's fix these as well right there. And all we want to do, let me make sure my curly braces are accurate here so we don't run into any issues. All we're going to do is set a value of nil for all of these keys. And that way, when the app opens up again, it'll be logged out. So let's go ahead and do this as well. We don't need any of this stuff. Go ahead and hit Command B. And what the heck is the issue here? So we're saying set value nil for this key. And what the issue is because I messed up the parenthesis. So go ahead and hit Command B. You should have one error, which is expected in the other controller. And once we have gone ahead and nailed all this stuff out, we're going to say completion is true, if I can get my parentheses correct. Let's go back to where this error is, and we want to basically now say shared.signout, and this is going to be signed out in. And if the user successfully signs out and there's no reason that this should fail, what we want to go ahead and do is present the original welcome screen once more. And actually, I think we do that in the app delegate when the app first launches. So I'm going to open that up. And what we could actually do is grab the navigation controller that we set up here, which is basically the welcome screen. So I'm going to go ahead and paste all that in. It creates a navigation controller with welcome as the root. We're going to say prefers large title is true. What else do we do here? We go ahead and on the first view controller, we also give it a display mode of always. And let's see, we don't want to actually set a root controller. What we want to do is we want to say self.present the navigation controller with an animation. Completion will be nil. And I'm also going to say that the modal presentation style is going to be full screen. That way the user can't swipe down the particular welcome controller that pops up. And this is going to be weak self, which looks good. This will be weak self as well. And the other thing, the last thing we're going to do is because the user is on this screen when they sign out, we're also going to reset it back to the root controller in case they sign in again. So we're going to say self.navigation controller. And this is going to be pop to root view controller. Animated doesn't matter because it's not shown at that point. That'll be false. And I'm going to do that in the completion once we have presented the particular welcome controller. Hopefully that's not an issue. We shall see. Go ahead and hit Command B and let's see what the problem is. We don't need anything in. All right, let's go ahead and try to sign out. So I'm going to go ahead and run the app and we're going to go into settings once it loads and we will try to sign out and then sign back in. So I'm going to hit this, we're going to hit sign out and boom, it signs us out. One thing that we probably want to do is we probably want to have an action sheet where the user needs to like confirm signing out. Because if you accidentally hit it, it would be kind of annoying. So I'm going to actually grab this whole thing and just create we'll just use an alert in this case. We'll say alert is an alert controller. And let's see, we want this to be an alert controller with a title. This is going to be sign out. Are you sure? Style will be an alert. We're going to go ahead and say present set alert. Animated will be true. And let's see, we just want to add 2 actions to this alert. We're going to say add action, UI alert action. First one is going to be cancel of style cancel and of handler nil. And the next one is going to be a destructive style, which once again is that red color. So we're going to go ahead and say add action, UI alert action, title is going to be sign out. Style will be destructive and handler is going to be underscore in since we don't care about the inbound action. And we'll just paste in everything we wrote before. So this looks good to me now. Let me go ahead and run it again. We should still be signed out since we reset all the cache. We have this sign in with Spotify button. We can tap on it and it looks like it's cached our previous sign in here in the web view, which is cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and confirm and it sign us in. And if I come back to this, actually before I do that, let's make sure all our other tabs look good. So here is all of this jazz, our playlists, our albums. We can search and tap in a category. Let me go ahead and try to sign out now. So I'm going to come down here and we're going to select on the gear. We're going to hit sign out. It should give us an alert to confirm. We're going to say, sure, let's go ahead and sign out. And boom, we're signed back out. So looking pretty good. In the next and final video, we're going to take a look at designing this screen because this green blob is not super appealing. But before we do that, make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you have any questions, concerns, issues, feedback, any video ideas. Love hearing from you guys. If you haven't taken a look, I've got a bunch of premium courses as well over on courses.iosacademy.io. So take a look at that as well if you're interested. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.